What's going on YouTube? This is Dan here doing the engine swap in the Camaro. Well, not really an engine swap, just engine rebuild here. See my 2000 Camaro SS. Got a lot of work done there before. I just rebuilt that transmission in July. Yeah, July. Over there. See them back there or not, we got my 373 gears we're going to put inside of the car. This is what we're doing. This is the original block. Painted it to look like an ls7 block because let's face it, it's a Chevy. It deserves Chevy Hugger Orange. I'm sorry, just me. In my book, you're not an American unless you have Chevy Hugger Orange on your Chevy. Ford blue if you have a Ford, and whatever color there is for whatever motor. So this is the block. It's a stock bore ls1. Nothing fancy, plain Jane. The cam we just put inside of it it's an ls7 cam out of a ls6 Corvette 2008 model. Reason I'm sure a lot of you guys on YouTube right now are going, why the hell are you putting an ls7 cam inside of an ls1? Well, I drive the car every day during the summer, so I want something that's going to deliver power and have good drivability. And the ls7 cam does just that. And after all, it is one of the largest, if not the largest, factory production cam ever created by General Motors. So it gets high points in my book for doing just that. Because not only do I want my car to be fun, I want it to be daily drivable still. And you can use this cam for later on for turbo setups and everything too. The heads that were on this motor we're going to reuse. They are the ls6 243 heads. I'm going to be porting them. I'm not going to be going nuts with them, but it's going to do some bowl blending and clean them up a little bit. The problem that I was having with this engine and why it was removed was because the engine would make great power, ran good, and everything else, but the issue that we were having at about idle on like an 85-90 degree day, oil pressure would just plummet down to 5 pounds. We did the cam bearings, and the cam bearings weren't bad, but we changed them out anyways. And pulled the crank out, and number 1 and number 3 journals had gouges in them. Got the pistons over here. This place is just a flitter of commotion. I don't know if you can see that or not. It does need bearings. This one in particular. Now, none of these rods were spun. Nothing was spun. The motor didn't exactly blow. It had low oil pressure. So I'm going to show you this journal here. Let me get it to where in the light here you can see. I know some of you guys on YouTube are like, what the fuck? You guys can't see anything. I don't know if you can see that or not. Oh, well, I just took a picture of it. You see those gouges inside there on number 1? Crank has the same gouges. So, we're going to take the crank to a machine shop and see if they can't turn the crank. This is our new oil pump that I had shimmed the living bejesus out of. I got like 4 washers inside that relief spring trying to keep it where it had a good oil pressure. I'm not too much of a band-aid fix kind of guy, but like I said, this is my daily driver in the summer, so I need it to run. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 of the shims out. I want my oil pressure a little bit high. I'm going to take 2 shims out. The oil that I was running inside this engine was Rotella T. I run that inside my little bike over there. Kind of a mix because you have to have the friction material inside there for the clutch. Inside that little bugger. Show you that real quick. Mini bike with a COSO gauge. It was the world's only fuel injected X18, but I fucked up and broke the computer, so we got a Mikuni 26mm carb Fiating a 150cc Piranha. It's dangerous. My exhaust underneath there and everything. Anyways, back to the big project here. So that's what I got. I got the cylinders are all honed out and ready to go. Just gotta, get paid and we'll go from there. Got the lifters in on this side here, and the idea of this project is we're going to try to make 450, 500 horses. The reason being is just fun. Why not? How the parts I have gotten for this car have been dirt cheap, except for the high dollar Summit Racing parts. And I mean, I got a fast 92mm intake. Hooker long tube headers. Just put a bolt in here. Hooker long tube headers. My Y pipe's back over there. I do have to run catalytic converters because I live in Lake County, Ohio, and yeah, not too happy about that. I kind of wish I still lived in Tennessee, where lived in the middle of nowhere and nobody said anything. I do run cats on this car though, because knowing my luck, I probably would get caught. I mean, let's face it, the car isn't exactly quiet. But I've prided myself in this car because it has never seen a set of taillights. I love it when I get around a bunch of kids that have little Honda Civics and everything, and or little POS Ford Mustang GTs, and they all try to race me, and they get obliterated. One of my buddies calls this car Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Every time this car's died, like the transmission died on me, I ended up putting a stage 5 rebuild kit inside of it with the added friction plates and everything, Beast Sunshell, all that fun stuff. Transmission mech in it has been freaking butter since last winter. I switched over from 241 to 243 heads, ls7 valve springs, did a bunch of other stuff to it. When I bought it, I put headers on it. In this car, like you can tell by the core sport, yeah, she's been wrecked. She got a little bit too intimate with a Silverado. Whatever. Insurance company totaled it over a hood and a headlight, pretty much. I bought a new hood from Cleveland Pick Apart for $500. Got a headlight. Took get through the state inspection, and she has a salvage title on her. So in case you guys are wondering, no, she's not for sale. Just because I will never get the money that I have in this car out of it. This is my toy. This is my dream car. I've always wanted one just like it. And now that I have it, it ain't going anywhere. So that's what I got, guys. Hope you like it. Stay tuned because there's going to be more to come here.